que hay una que cierre yo.
I'm just ready.
Need recording.
Okay. Hi, this is David with the 90 Days with Jesus program. Week 6 and a summary. So let's just ask Jesus what he wants to say. He says, you've come a long way, David, and you're not there yet. Just keep going. This has been a beautiful week of more learning, more surprises, more epiphanies, and most of all, seeing how the ego is relentlessly trying to resist it all. And last week I talked about how I admitted, full admission, that I don't want to have anything to do with this. And it's through all of the admission, I just feel like things have been releasing. The beginning of the week, we learned about willingness. And for me, that was starting with honesty of God, admitting that I don't really know anything and that I've had it all wrong. So I can see that clearly. I've had the whole story wrong, the whole plane consciousness, I hadn't seen it. And the willingness is just the strong desire to see everything differently now. To see with truth. And I had a strong epiphany on a grievance with a good friend of mine who I've invested money with. And I've had some close friends and relatives invest also. And there's been some months of slow pay on dividends and returns and short-term loans. And bottom line is they're just carrying strong grievances. Like, I know that I'm doing this, but yet I was still really engaging in the anger and the hatred and the rage just because I can. And it made me feel better. And I had the epiphany after looking at the desire for scarcity and worked on that desire in the evening one night. And the next, and I didn't get the full miracle, but the next morning I asked Jesus, what more do you want me to see? And he showed me a picture so clear that it just popped for me. That he said, David, just look and see that you're the one that has miscreated this entire experience. And it's been going on. I've known the guy for 15 years and been lending money back and forth, and I've had a long history of slow pay with him. And he said, you've done it all to yourself. Why? So that you can have rage towards him, you can judge him, and you can be right. And you're still suffering through it all. And on top of that, the ego below your level of awareness is throwing a party because it loves that you're suffering. And it just clicked that I'm the one that's creating the entire movie. And I was able in that instant to just let it go and dropped all grievances, judgment, upset, everything. And I just, no, Jesus has said to me, just give it to me. I'll take care of it. I'll handle it all for you and your friends. So that was a beautiful teaching and understanding. And we did learn a bit about magic and, the magic of the world, not the illusions of, artists, magicians, but the willingness to be fooled by the ego that the world is taking care of everything for me, that there's cause and effect, that if I have a problem, I can find a solution in the world. And none of that's true. The only solution is in the mind. And we watched a movie today, our weekly movie, Before I Fall. It was so beautiful. The thing that hit me the most out of it, I'll just say at the very end, it was clear that the young gal, the high school gal, learned throughout the movie that being mean, being tough, being standoffish, being judgmental, being cruel didn't work. And her heart was opened up by the Spirit to see that being of service in the function of love, not only for herself, but for everybody in her experience, her family and her friends. She just went into the full function of love. And it was just clear that we're playing in this game of consciousness that really doesn't make any sense. We're punishing ourselves and torturing ourselves and believing that we're okay, and not seeing that love heals all. And love is all that matters. There's nothing else in the world that matters. The ego thinks there is, but there isn't. It's only love. And love is all there is when we really look at it, because we're making up something that isn't even real. So it was a beautiful week. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Yes. Week 6. We looked at willingness, miracles, and magic. And we have the willingness here today to not deny that Jesus will help me speak about the week, so I can hear him. And of course, he's told me many things throughout the week. And through him and through David too. We write these questions about willingness and miracles and magic and what we think it is. And then Jesus tells us what it really is. And what David writes and reads to me, I learn from that. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's just to be able to see how clearly Jesus can come through when we're writing the answers to these questions and let Jesus speak through us. And then also the amount of time that I'm spending just daily life, just every so often, just remembering, oh yeah, this is something's going on here. Let's go to Jesus and let's ask him, what do I need to see differently? What's your interpretation of this? Because mine is insane, crazy. I know. And I feel really grateful for this conversations with him. And just in the general daily situations. So, and what I would say about willingness, Jesus, what would I say? It is a promise that with our willingness, we will be gifted all the love of the Father. And I feel the willingness. I even feel it strengthening. And I have this willingness this week, since we've been talking about miracles, to I was shown that there is denial on my part for receiving miracles. that I have some desires for there to be, that some miracles can be difficult and some can come easy. That deny that they can be there anytime, like 24/7. I've had actually practically never been able to have a miracle outside of the setting of a light circle or joining with someone when we, sit down exactly for that purpose. And or doing the chapter 20. But what I've been hearing about is right in the middle of something going on throughout the day. Maybe I'm in an assignment, or maybe I'm just having a conversation with someone. And something comes up, and I could be told by Jesus that, look at the desire and go for the miracle. And so this is something that I want to have more willingness for, and go to Jesus with. And because some days we're so busy here that it's beyond the light circles, and if there is no light circle that day, there's not many miracles being looked, not many desires being looked at and miracles received. So that's what I come away with from thinking about learning about the miracles. The chapter 13 in Jesus, a New Covenant is very direct about the denials of miracles, and also about magic. And I just want to spend more time with it, and look at, maybe take it sentence by sentence there, and see, what needs to be looked at. Dave and I already started this afternoon looking at a desire related to denying miracles, and I think we're going to keep going with that. And yeah, I checked in last week about this silent contemplation in the morning, to join Jesus in the light and to rest in the light in about 40 minutes. And there's this situation going on during that time where I just am barraged by thoughts coming in instead of resting in that light. And I'm very motivated to rest in that light, and for things to be revealed by taking this time in the light. And yet a lot of thoughts are coming in. Not getting frustrated. I'm just gonna stick with this because I feel it's really important. When I did watch Lucy last week, I realized that I am very afraid of the light. And I know that healing the mind is about seeing that I am the light, and that's where I want to go. And fortunately, a lot of the desires we've been looking at have been about our thoughts and letting them control us. And so I'm excited about just staying with this, having the willingness and the conviction and the determination to have that connection with the light. And I'm looking forward to our next week. Thank you.